Planned Brotherhood is not affiliated or associated with Planned Parenthood. Planned Parenthood is a registered trademark of Planned Parenthood Federation of America, Inc.
It must have been, it must have been, it must have been a happy time. It must have been, it must have been, it must have been a happy time. The sun would shine, the candy bars, Kool-Aid flowing like wine, the comic books, the TV shows, the bubble gum, the kitty cat.
What was your excuse for not going to Haley's birthday party?
I don't like Haley. My job. It's the same reason I couldn't call in sick to work today. My position at the fucking corporate restaurant, I'm like the only person who is capable of working like Friday and Saturday nights.
I guess what I'm asking is, why did you get her hopes up and confirm the Facebook evite?
Did I confirm it? Sometimes when it's really far out, I'm like, yeah, I'll definitely make that.
And it
then
was
comes
like, this has
up.
been planned forever.
Yeah.
And the thing, it was Haley. She was on episode 36 of our show and refuses to ever come back. But she's still my friend. She just doesn't want to be associated with this filth anymore.
Oh, really? She's not going to be on anymore?
No, she stated that. But
I thought she was going to come on so we could talk about masturbation.
yeah, we'll see if that ever happens. But it was her 30th birthday. I hope she won't mind my saying so this year. So, and last year's birthday, I never organize any birthday parties, but all my friends are really into like making it a party. And last year's for Haley was a total dud, and everybody admits it now. She likes The Simpsons. It was a Simpsons themed birthday party. So my friend's condo building, there's like a room that you can basically take over for the night. But it's still on the walkway through the courtyard, so people have to walk through all the time. And it was just a bad party. Like, a lot of Haley's friends are lame, and they were there, like, laming it up. And a Simpsons party is basically like yellow paper plates and blue cups.
I feel like when you guys are
and
having...
Simpsons is on in the background, except for the TV wasn't working, so
Yeah.
that didn't even work.
I think when you guys are having a party, like, it's going to be a different party than with her church friends. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what we've been arguing for a few years now.
Yeah.
But this year was a little different because Kelly and Margaret, my other friends, had decided that a party bus would be a good idea, which you've seen these assholes before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did they have them in Yakima?
I don't know.
Just taco trucks.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Party
a party
at
in my
every
mouth. But yeah, basically it's like $600. Kelly's doing some shopping online. She's going to find a party bus. And so, like, I'm having a hard time imagining what actually goes on in there. Usually, every once in a while, when I see one go by, first of all, it's like, yourpartybus.com in huge, like, it's just painted across the side. And then, there's lights going on and obnoxious music. It's like the Ride the Ducks tour in Seattle. Except for with lots of alcohol also. And so, like, Kelly, a month at least in advance, probably longer, is looking into the best prices, but also what do you get out of it. She paid extra so that we could you have to buy a liquor license in order to bring beer onto the bus. And she talked to the guy. She'd had a good rapport with him, and so this was the plan. But to avoid her, well, the Christian friends were all invited via Evite, but none of them wanted to participate in that part of it. And so the arrangement was that we're going to hang out at a bowling alley first for like a couple hours, and then we're going to surprise the party bus is a total surprise to Haley. But she knew about it. Like her fiance leaked it immediately.
Yeah. I didn't think it was going to stay, especially when I got the Evite so far out from it. Like,
nobody in my friendship group is good at keeping secrets anyway.
I thought maybe God told her in a dream.
But the bowling alley part of it was a total bust because it was all of our Christian friends. And another one of Kelly and Margaret's cute, I said it again, hilarious ideas was that we should dress up like Haley, show up before her, but they only bought like 4 wigs. And so it's us 4 assholes and 12 other people there. And literally, like, and Haley was late and had butt dialed somebody on their way to the bowling alley, and she was yelling at her fiance. So we knew she was in a bad mood when she showed up before she showed up. And then I had to feel like a bigger dickhole for like wearing this wig, and they'd stolen a bunch of her sweaters. And she gives a courtesy laugh as soon as she comes in, and I was like, okay, I'm going out to smoke now. And I tore off the wig, and that was it. Then the party bus is supposed to show up at 8:45, and 9:15 rolls around. We're drinking Mickey's in Kelly's car. That's we're just trying to get somewhere outside. We wanted to ditch the Christian vibe inside.
Yeah.
So we literally spent a half hour waiting for the party bus while sitting in Kelly's car drinking. And she's trying to call them, and it's going straight to voicemail. And eventually the guy calls, and he's like, oh, yeah, sorry, I'm late. I'm on my way. And he pulls up, and it's like a school bus that has been painted red. And that's it. Like, it looks real rickety from the outside. But I didn't care. It's better than the, yourpartybus.com.
And your plan is to go to to every neighborhood in Seattle.
Yeah, Kelly has itinerary printed out. Like, we're gonna hit every avenue of Seattle.
Recipe for any good party.
Yeah.
Itinerary.
And I'm thinking the whole time, like, I don't want to be the asshole that's in the party bus and like pulls up in front of a bar, and
I could see embracing it, like if it all worked out well. Like,
yeah,
you just drink a ton,
And it was
right?
the short
Yeah.
bus too, wasn't it?
yeah, of
Was
course
it a short bus?
No, a long bus.
Oh, okay.
So
Sorry to completely step on your joke there, Tracy. Was it short?
Only
So
the
then
one
the-
that picked you up. Man. Gotcha.
we're already getting a bad vibe because the guy's like, there's like 12 people confirmed to be on the bus, and so some people are running in, telling him it's time to go, and the guy's looking for a place to park within this bowling alley parking lot, and like almost smashes into a tree like 3 times just trying to maneuver the thing. And we're like, oh, this is gonna be a fun night, right? Because we're all, the Mickeys has hit us by now.
How fun finding parking in Capitol Hill.
That's the beauty. He doesn't have to. We just all shuffle off, and then he moves along.
Oh, I gotcha.
And so
So he moves along and then comes back later?
well, he just finds somewhere else to park, like
Right,
in an
I gotcha.
alleyway or whatever.
Like renting a limo.
Yeah, except for way more obnoxious. And so we all pile into the bus, and it's like, it's a bus. Like, I was expecting, I don't know what I was expecting, at
Stripper
least a
pole.
disco ball.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, or something of a dance floor, which he had claimed on his website. And it was a bus, right? Like, it was fucking cold and dark. And we're like, hey, Kelly immediately is, hey, Max. She's on a first name basis with him because they've been talking on the phone for a month, and he seems like a totally straight arrow. And she's like, wow, it's cold in here. And he's like, yeah. She's like, can you turn on the heat? Heat's not working. And it's totally like pitch black in there too. And she says, well, can you turn on the lights? And he says, they're on. And so we look closer, and he, like, I guess to be festive, had, like, put this thick red tape all over all of the lights back there to give it an ambiance, I guess. But it really just made it really dark in there.
Yeah.
And there was supposedly a stereo system set up and coolers. We're like, where are the coolers? And he's like, oh, no coolers, man. Like, he was just taking it all in stride, like we were supposed to be expecting this, having dropped $600 on the bus.
Yeah.
And she's like, really? We
Still
have all this
sounds
ice?
kind of awesome to me. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't not been on board yet.
And so he's like, no, I don't have any coolers. I have these garbage cans. And so we were like piling ice into garbage cans and throwing all the booze in there. And his stereo system was literally like a dual cassette boombox. It had a CD player that was broken. And so you could only listen to the radio, which was not coming in that well. And
What, no 8-track?
and so this becomes funny to us immediately, which I was relieved because with all the money invested into this, like,
kind of seems like your friends could get pretty upset.
Yeah. And, there were some tense phone calls when they thought the bus wasn't showing up at all. But now that it's here and it's a wreck on wheels, like, that's kind of funny. Because we were drunk anyway by that point. And so our first stop is going to be somewhere in Greenwood, some bar. And so we all pile in, and we're just laughing at how atrocious the whole experience is already. And there's a bathroom in there, like a little RV-type bathroom, the little plastic lid.
Uh-huh.
And I'm the first one that has to pee, of course. And so I'm in the bathroom peeing, and I come back out to everybody yelling that the bus is on fire. And this is like we've been on the we've been on the freeway for like 5 minutes tops. And I come out and they're like,
They're on the freeway?
yeah. Which was a dumb way to go, I think. I would have preferred to take side streets with the
Yeah.
party bus, wake up the neighbors.
Yeah, really.
And
With your really loud KISW playing.
oh no, it was the fucking Kiss 10 whatever. It was
Sure.
top 40 only. It was Haley's birthday after all. And so there were, I don't know if there was fire. I didn't actually see it, but they saw sparks and all the cars on the freeway behind them were flashing their lights like something is wrong. And so he pulls off like right on the side of the highway, and I see this as a smoke break opportunity. And so we're all just hanging out there, and half the group is having a discussion about, I don't feel safe. We should go home. We should try and get as much money back as we can and just take a cab and go to a bar. But I was on the side that was like, no, let's fucking ride this thing to the ground, right?
Yeah.
And so that
He
became...
owes you that much.
Yeah, that became the general consensus. And so we get back in, no more flames. We're just drinking more. We're all passing whiskey and shit around and just cracking up. And then we make it to the first bar. Sam is belligerent by this point. First stop of the night.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't Sam there? And did Robin go too?
Yeah.
Sam's ex-girlfriend?
Mm-hmm. That was not as tense, not tense at all, I will say.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Still looking blonde or back to brunette?
No, she's blonde. So Sam decides that's it for him anyway. The guy had moved to an alleyway. We just went in there for one drink. This was the first on a like 6 or 7 stop itinerary. And then we go all back out to the alley. And I'm walking up in the front group. And we see the bus driver, Max, and he's like walking around the back of it, and the lights are off. And everybody's like, this is no good, dude. He would be in there if the bus was running. And I was like, you guys are fucking paranoid. Like, it couldn't go any worse. And sure enough, he's like, this is it. Like, he couldn't get the bus to move. And we were in Greenwood and all had to figure out cabs to get back
Are you
anywhere.
serious?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
No. So what caught on fire?
I don't know. I didn't see any flames the whole time. I'm just assuming that
maybe
that
it's
part was
'cause
true.
Kelly
They,
was
what's that?
bitching about it being cold.
See, I've been building up, but that's really you had to be there to experience how awful the situation was.
It's crazy that like you had to take cabs back, and then what? That was just the end of the party.
Yeah, well, we
What'd
all
you
went
do
back
for
to
this?
Margaret's house and
Oh, okay.
just drank there for several more hours, commenting on how terrible it was. But everybody had a good sense of humor about it from the beginning, which I was happy about.
The funny part, no, the sad part was I was on Facebook that night the whole time, and I guess she was on her phone, commenting on it.
Oh, Kelly.
So Kelly, when she posted
Oh, Kelly.
bus on fire, I thought she was bragging about how fun the party was, and I'm like, sweet, bus on fire. I wish I could have gone. Then I find out later, wait, it was on fire.
And we do have some pictures that I'll post in this week's photo album inside the actual party bus. But don't be mistaken by the great lighting. That was just whoever's camera it was. It was fucking pitch black in there.
The one bar you did get into, did they all think you're a bunch of fucking assholes going off a party bus?
Well, no, because he had parked in the alley and we walked from there. So it wasn't that ostentatious of an entrance, unfortunately.
She is getting her money back, right?
They are, I haven't heard updates, but yeah, I got to assume they get all their money back.
And cover.
And
the
I
cab
put $40
fare.
into that shit.
Plus cab fare.
Yeah, and I paid for the whole cab because of the moochers that were with me. It's weird to be on the other side of that coin, let me tell you.
Maybe the Christian group had a mass prayer for failure of the party bus.
That's true. I did see a lot of hand holding.
Were any of the Christians on the party bus?
No, not at all. It was just
I
us
thought
drunks.
Haley hadn't even been to church in like a year now.
Shh,
Really?
dude. Yeah.
You brought that up on this podcast.
Did I?
Yeah.
Or did I bring it up and cut it out of this podcast?
No, because I was reminded of it when I listened back.
It's fine.
Who doesn't know that she hasn't been to church in that long? Like, the only people she should care about knowing are the people in the church, and they're
Who
the
don't
ones
listen
who
to the
do
show.
know. Yeah, they don't listen to the show, and
I
obviously,
don't know. I put some stickers on some
if she
pews
hasn't
recently.
been there, they know that she hasn't been there.
You know, you guys have been around when you start seeing your stickers on church pews.
That's right.
I'll stick around.
Any other party bus related questions? No?
No,
I'm just kidding. It was a bad story.
Yeah, no. It was,
So what are they doing
It's
for
tight.
Patrick's 30th birthday next year?
that's next year.
That's gonna be a strictly family affair.
That's
I feel like.
2000. That's 2012 essay.
I invited Roland Emmerich to your 30th birthday party.
Thank you. Dean Devlin, is he going to make it?
I don't know who that
I
is.
believe that's the name of his producing part.
And I think they're getting one of the stars of Independence Day to come along to it if they can just get Randy Quaid to come back out of Canada.
Get him back in. I'll go celebrate in Canada. If you tell me I can meet Randy Quaid, I'll celebrate. He can't bring his wife, though.
And then you just go up and tell him, I'm the star whacker.
Yeah, I hear all these stories about Randy Quaid now. I haven't seen any pictures, but I somehow imagine that he's like 500 pounds too.
He's pretty overweight. He's got a weird beard thing happening.
There's one explanation for all of it. Drugs.
Dennis Quaid's brother. Can't be Dennis Quaid. Why live? It's my motto. It'd be my suicide note. I could never be Dennis Quaid. Dennis Quaid was a big cokehead. Did you guys know that?
No.
Yeah.
Ruined his
Did he buy
marriage
from
to
Tim
Meg
Allen?
Ryan.
Is that why
Maybe.
it stayed thin?
Yeah, maybe.
Speaking of a Simpsons party, I'm sure Barry would have loved to have been to that one.
Oh God.
Barry would have been weeping in the corner.
Hey, let's tell about past Thanksgiving.
Yeah, really.
Do we want to do this?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think you guys have on a previous episode anyway.
Oh, okay. We'll go with
I'm
that
pretty
then.
sure. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Thought you had those all memorized.
I used to. I've been really bad about that lately.
You couldn't do the title thing
Anything
anymore?
after the 100s, no way.
I couldn't even get that far. Not even close. Turns out I don't like us very much.
You left us that 1-star review.
Yeah.
That is self-destructive.
You notice how on the reviews on iTunes it says, 4 out of 5 people liked this review.
Mhm.
He's the one holdout on all of them.
Yeah. What about that dislike button on Facebook? Come on, guys, let's get it. Let's get it already.
Zuckerberg's smart not to allow that, only because it's just another way to hurt somebody's feelings on Facebook.
It would start more flame wars and more trolling, and
Twitter is pure.
140 characters pure, unless you get twit longer.
What is that?
An app that lets you twit longer ones. It'll go up to your max 140 characters, then say continued, and then with a URL. And
Well,
you
that's
click
just
on it and it
obnoxious.
gives you the whole thing.
I don't have that much to say.
Just living life, buddy.
JKL, just keep living.
FML, fuck my life.
Did I ever tell you I was going to get a tattoo that said TCB?
You told me that several times.
Yeah.
I assume you're asking Tracy.
No, I was asking you, but because have you ever seen the movie Suburbia?
Yeah, a long time ago.
There's a guy in there who wears or who has a tattoo. It says TCB. It's such a funny part of the movie when the girl asks him what it means, and he goes, "Taking care of business," and she just laughs in his face. And that scene is why I want to get that tattoo on my arm. But everyone else is just gonna. I mean, everyone's just gonna think it's a taking care of business tattoo. You gotta you can't even pull out the DVD and show it to him real fast because it's not even on DVD.
That's true.
Come to my basement where there's a VCR and I'll show you the scene from this movie.
I don't know why you're mentioning this as Tracy. He doesn't know anything about ironic tattoos.
No, not a bit. You could put a TCB and then with a little hash line, then it says Suburbia
Suburbia, 1994.
with its URL number where you can get it online.
I'm going to get a barcode, guys, right on the back of my neck.
Oh, boy.
That's not a decision I'll regret.
That was clever when the first time I saw it.
What if I got a neck tattoo of George Clooney from Dusk Till Dawn with his neck tattoo?
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, right?
That I like. That would be fun.
That's worth never being able to get a job again, right?
The guy who I bought this washer and dryer from when he was trying to jimmy open the storage locker where it was, he had two Seattle Seahawks, San Francisco 49ers tattoos, one on either side of his head there. And then I had
Whoa.
Yeah, and then I had a guy at the restaurant yesterday who had flames tattooed completely covering his head.
These guys are so
why?
hardcore. Why haven't they branched
Because-
out from Yakima?
Because he's a hothead.
He also had it was one arm dedicated to Star Wars. Your Millennium Falcon and Darth Vader and whatnot.
Hey, could have been worse. Could have been Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, really. It might be on there. Who knows?
His whole back's devoted to the Phantom Menace.
I was too busy just cursing him because I knew he wouldn't tip me. I had these fucking people in there today, and they're like asking what would it be? How much would it be if we did this, this, and this? And you tell them, and they've got like a gift card and several $1 bills, and they're trying to, and they're like, well, with tax, and I'm like, well, I can't tell you with tax, and I'd be ringing it in, and then they'd make it, and it's just fucking like, so you're telling me I'm working for free right now, right? You're telling me that like when you stiff me, I'm gonna actually lose a few cents because I have to claim to the IRS that I made a tip off of you, so yeah, why don't I go fuck myself right now in the back?
I'd be pointing them to McDonald's.
Yeah. Oh my god. Well, they don't have a fucking McDonald's gift card, do they?
Arch card.
They got a fucking
Arch card?
arch card. Is that what you call the gift cards there?
Yeah.
I don't know. Christmas.
I'm really
coming up.
amusing myself that I know that at all.
Christmas is coming up. I'm gonna have to start buying lots of gift cards for my wife. That's all I can get away with buying her.
Really? That seems so impersonal.
Yeah, that's all she wants. All she wants. Did you guys see I got Sherlock in the mail today?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where'd that come from?
I ordered it on Amazon. It took forever to get here, and I already watched.
You're talking about the new PBS show,
right? And there's only 3 episodes in the season, and
they're an hour and a half or something, aren't they each?
But I already watched the first 2 on Hulu, and I'm like, oh, I got this $25 DVD coming, so I'll save the last episode, I guess. But there's lots of bonus features on it.
That's why DVD's worth it. And good deduction of figuring that out that he had got that, the new series.
Yeah.
Brilliant deduction.
That is so...
Are you guys waiting for
that is
my
so-
line?
That is so Dr.
I
Watson.
think we
of
are
you.
opening the door for you to say something right now.
Elementary,
Oh,
my
although-
dear Watson. Is that not my dear?
You go, hey, it was elementary, guys.
Let's see. What movie is that from? You know you can hear it in your head. You're already trying to identify the actor. Tracy, this is for you. Listeners, this is for you. These are the kind of movie quotes that I like to stump PJ on because it's something that could be from anything. Because all it is let's see, but it's the way he says it. Oh, I gave it away. It's a he. Let's see.
Maybe if you shut the fuck up for a second. All
I
right,
have
tell me.
no clue.
What? No?
Can you give me a hint and tell me the actor?
No, that'll totally give it
Well,
away.
I'm already telling you to give me the
I'll tell
answer
you this.
anyway.
I already made reference to this movie. Well, we made reference to a billion
Yeah, I
movies.
don't know. The Social Network.
Jack Black, High Fidelity. Still.
Oh, okay.
Took all the fun out of it.
I probably never would have gotten it.
Yeah, me neither.
Here, stick with me this time.
Stick with me this time.
That's just for us. That's just for me and you.
Are you decent? We were watching something.
Home Alone.
No, what did we watch after Home Alone?
The Addams Family.
The Addams Family. Yeah,
Yeah.
there was a couple of those lines in there, but something about the mamushka. I
Yeah,
haven't
you
seen
were
her since
repeating
the
lines from that
mamushka.
show before they came on.
Yeah, I can't remember. There's lots of quotable lines in that movie. Oh, a hit. A
very powerful hit.
That's a classic Addams Family.
All the sight gags.
Man, it had been so
Gone
many
with the
years
Wind
since
book.
I'd seen that movie, but we were discussing, you were there too, we were discussing trying to figure out whether or not Christopher Lloyd was actually that big as Uncle Fester.
Yeah, like, did he gain that much weight for the role?
If so, I mean, I could see them, like, putting a pregnant belly on him
Right,
or whatever.
He had a bodysuit on.
but
the
it was his face.
Right.
It was his face.
Maybe they just scrunched him all
When's the
up.
last time you saw Christopher Lloyd, though? I'm thinking back to Spin City days. Like, he did a cameo in Spin City. And,
No,
like,
he
that's
was
the
in
last
that-
I ever saw him.
This goes back to like single digits of our show. Remember when I railed into that terrible independent movie Flakes,
yeah.
with Zoe Deschanel? He was in that, but I was pretty sure that it's kind of how I feel about Danny DeVito on It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Sometimes I think a part of him is actually crazy, and they just film it and cut around it.
And I was watching it today, and I thought, has he actually gotten shorter?
I just saw him in Piranha 3D.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he's in Piranha 3D.
I didn't know
Was
that.
he
He's
playing one
thin.
of the lead piranha?
He literally had a line like "Great Scott" or 1.21 gigawatts or something like that.
Christopher
Lloyd.
Lloyd. I thought you were
was-
talking about
I
Danny
was thinking
DeVito.
Danny
Oh
DeVito,
no,
yeah.
I'm sorry. No, yeah, Christopher Lloyd. Yeah, because I was wondering if he had gotten like big and huge and fat and stuff, but no, he still looked thin. Yeah, he had. I'm pretty sure he said "Great Scott." That whole movie was very finger on
Self-referential.
nose, yeah, very hipster.
No, he's not heavy. I saw him on the computer just the other day being interviewed. They're doing a computer game, an adventure game based on Back to the Future, and he's gonna do the role again, and he looked thin.
About
Old
Michael
and
J.
thin.
Michael J. getting in on that.
No, they got a guy some kid that does a dead-on impersonation of Marty McFly.
Who David Spade?
Some guy
David
from-
Spade does a good
Some
one.
guy.
Oh
from,
yeah, he does,
I
doesn't
think
he?
it's some guy from India.
Actually, David Spade did a great impression of Michael J. Fox in Casualties of War. Like that, because it was like this thing that they showed on SNL where for some reason Sean Penn was giving David Spade a tattoo, like in real life.
Of Calvin from Calvin and Hobbes.
Yeah. And so David Spade was running lines with Sean Penn from Casualty of War. He's like, "You be you, and I'll be Michael J. Fox," and he just did it so perfect. It was awesome. Michael J. Fox, he's showing up in that Spike TV ridiculous
Oh, have you seen that, Tracy?
step out of the DeLorean
Like
commercial.
in honor of whatever the Spike TV Awards or whatever, but also they had that 25th anniversary and they re-released Back to the Future in theaters. Yeah, Michael J. Fox, like scene for scene, replicated the teaser trailer from
Yeah.
25 years ago.
Really?
He's looking jacked
Except
up,
for
dude.
some reason he wouldn't sit still this time.
Yeah, I heard he was going to be a spokesman for a dildo company, but you know,
I
Or that shake weight.
it's shake weight.
I think at this point it's just come to where like, oh, Spike TV, you want me to redo this thing? Donate $100,000 to my charity. And I'll
Sure,
do
and
it.
why not?
Like somebody cure me now, for the God's sake, is this really not going to happen?
But I hear that because of his condition, his wife loves him so much more,
Sure.
especially when he's off the meds.
When
I
he's-
get it.
When he's shaking, that means the meds are working. Okay, guys, that's true.
When Michael J. Fox is a shaken, don't come. Didn't work.
Don't
Bacon?
come awakened. We can always resort to dead baby jokes. We haven't had those in a long time. Nick was the king of those for the longest.
What? That doesn't sound like me.
think
I respect
I think
babies
he
alive
had-
and dead.
I think he had quite a few.
Did I?
I seem
Yeah,
to remember that. Sure.
storytelling hated him. That's why he kept saying them, I think.
What? Tracy, you are
God,
painting
he-
a picture,
He's
an
repressed a lot.
inaccurate picture.
I was thinking more back to like AOL days.
Did baby jokes?
Oh, I might be making.
They were
one.
my favorite chat rooms. It's all coming back to me, guys.
Remember back when you were creative and clever.
How dare you?
I'm talking about yesterday. Jeez, defensive little
Have you
bitch.
not been hanging out with me today? I feel like I topped yesterday. I feel like every day is funnier than the day before.
Not only has he been, but you guys didn't hang out at all yesterday.
That's
Yeah,
true.
exactly.
Fight to the finish. Fight, 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 fight. It must have been, it must have been, it must have been a happy time.